Hello. Today we will demonstrate some features of the database on climate litigation before the Court of Justice of the European Union, which is available on the LPL website in its Environmental Law Cluster page on the Databases page. There you will find 4 databases. Today we will examine the first of them. Simply click on it and the page will open. At the top, you will find a brief description of the database and the methodology we used to create it. 19 descriptors are listed here, and you will be able to use them in your research. So among them, you'll have year of application, whether the case concerns the emissions trading system or not, type of decision, the predominant thematic area in EU law, the applicant entity in the action, and the EU institutions and member states involved, among others. In addition, you'll have 3 available views. The first is the gallery of suits. It presents visual cards for each case with summary information. This is just for a quick visual exploration. The second and most important one is a table of suits. This provides an exhaustive table containing all descriptors for more advanced research. And the third is the chart view. This displays a graphic representation of the proportion of ETS versus non-ETS cases. You will also find the date of the last update of the database here, and a recommendation citation format. As noted, the first view is the gallery of suits, which is what we are showing here. So these cards and some of their descriptions are shown. This is just for a quick overview. The second view is the table of suits, and this is the comprehensive table that I mentioned with all cases and all the descriptors. It's important to note that entries with this sign, this little arrow, will open a drop-down listing related resources for that case. So for example, in any case that was appealed, the appeal reference will be indicated next to the case. The third and final view is a chart showing the cases in this database that concern the EU ETS and those that do not. This is a particularly relevant division in this type of climate litigation, which is why we decided to include this. But for a targeted and advanced research, you have 3 options. In the top right corner, there is a magnifying glass icon where you can perform free text speeches. So for example, if you type in Poland, this will return any case that mentions Poland in any descriptor. As you can see, there are 24 cases in this database that relate to Poland. Now for sorting, you can use these little arrows, and you can sort orders by date and by relevance. You can use the ascending order and the descending order. So for instance, if you sort by date in a descending order, this will display the most recent cases first and will organize all cases accordingly. Finally, the most powerful option is filtering. This will allow you to combine multiple descriptors for a directed search. So to illustrate, we are going to map all annulment actions related to the ETS that resulted in a favorable climate outcome and were decided on the merits. To do so, we're going to type of proceedings, select actions for annulment, and then add a filter for ETS to include exclusively ETS cases. Then we can add another filter for outcome. This will give you options for favorable and unfavorable outcome. We are going to select favorable outcome, and then we can add a final filter for decision type, whether we had a decision on merits or admissibility. We're going to select merits. As you can see, the filter returns a list with a final sample of 9 cases. So these 9 cases will be annulment actions concerning ETS that had a climate-friendly outcome and which were decided on the merits. So as you can see, it is pretty easy to use. The Lisbon Environmental Law Cluster welcomes contributions to improve and enrich all its databases. If you wish to export data from these databases, please contact us via the Lisbon Environmental Law Cluster email and indicate the name of the relevant database in the subject line. And of course, partnerships, proposals, and offers to share data are also warmly welcome. Thank you, and check out the other tutorials for the remaining databases.